Hello, Veta121 here, welcome back, and we are Let's Playing Final Fantasy, and in the last episode, we acquired the Mystic Key from the Elven King, and in this episode, we're going to go around and collect treasure. Yeah, I guess we could run into Gigas worms in this place. I don't think I ever did when I was originally here, but yeah, we're in the Chaos Shrine, of course. There's a few things we can get here. Ooh, a fixed encounter. Against some gargoyles. These should be no problem. Or if it wasn't a fixed encounter, then it was just unlucky, I guess. I don't know. Wow. Hey. Wasn't very nice. These things are stronger than I thought they were going to be. Still not too hard, though. Yay! And in this chest we get a rune blade. Alright, let's check that out. That's gotta be better than freaking broadsword. Sword effective against spellcasters. So yeah, it's better attack power, better accuracy, and it's probably good against mage type enemies. So make use of it. I believe in the original game that sword that we just got there was called a Dragon's Bane or Dragon Sword or whatever. I can't remember exactly, and I think it was supposed to be good against dragons, perhaps. I don't know. Alright, there's one more to find here. Damn it! Yeah, this game has its moments with piss poor fucking encounter rate. Alright. Can we make it? Oh, no, fixed encounter. Alright, so we're gonna fight some more gargoyles. Well, whatever, no problem. Let's go with the little Thundara, I suppose. Well, it looks like we're not going to need it. And we don't. Yay. And in this chest we get a Werebuster. Any gold needle that will cure the Petrify status. So the Werebuster, I guess, yeah, okay, it's effective against werebeasts. So I'll be, yeah, if I run into certain enemy types, I'll be using different weapons based on what enemy it is, I suppose. So, yeah, that's all we can do here in the Chaos Shrine for now as far as treasure. So I'm going to go ahead and meet you at Cornelia, because that's our next place to go. Alright, back at Castle Cornelia. So let's go ahead and check the treasure rooms here, see what we can find. Hopefully we can find some pretty decent stuff. I do believe there's a key item here that we need to find in order to actually progress the story, so let us do it. Love the music in the castle areas too in this game. It's awesome. Time has come to use the key to open the doors. The equipment within is sure to help you. Yes. After we went to all that trouble to get that key, it better help us. And we get a saber, and I remember this being the next weapon that the thief job class could use in the original version of the game. And I was like, it's about freaking time, because I still had a rapier equipped on him. Alright, we get a mithril knife, which I guess I could give my black mage for now. Yeah, saber. Yeah, it sucks. I'm not going to use it. And a cottage. Yay! Thank you for the cottage. The treasure house has been bound by the mystic. Yes, I already know that. And guess what? It's not going to be bound anymore. And we can find a tent, which is very useful. And of course, we find nitro powder? What in the world are we going to need this for? Well, if we would have gone to a location earlier, then we would know, but oh, iron armor, okay, I could sell that. But yeah, we haven't been to that location yet, but we already have the nitro powder, so we're already prepared for when we go there. So there you go, that's all the treasure you can get here in Cornelia, and now I believe we are actually going to end up going back to the Marsh Cave. So I'll meet you there. Alright, off-screen walking here to the Mystic Cave. I'm actually in the lower left portion of the B3 area here in the Marsh Cave or whatever. So I think we might have a few fixed encounters in this room. And yes, we have to fight some more Pisco demons, which shouldn't be a problem as long as you have the Thundara spell. They do hit a little hard though, so make sure you're prepared. I suppose I could use my my rune blade against these things. Yeah, I actually equipped that. If I run into these again, I think I'd rather have that equipped, to be quite honest. So yeah, let's do a little healing. Yeah, there we go. That helps out immensely. There we go. And over here, oh, okay, that's it. And we get a silver armlet. Yay! Alright. Is that better than iron armor? No. Well, it's not better for the warrior. But yeah, that's definitely better for my white mage, so I'll give it to her. Hell yeah, Rosa could use the extra defense, seeing as she's my healer, of course. And, okay, we got some new enemies here. Anacondas. These are, well, I imagine they could poison you. I'm just going to use fear on them. Hopefully that's enough to kill them. Oh, they were pretty easy. So yeah, we're going to be unlocking, damn it. Anyways, we're going to be unlocking the rest of the rooms here. There should be 3 more rooms to go in. And here's another one. I believe this is a fixed encounter as well with some more Pisco demons. So again, just use Thundara on them. You know, weaken them up a little bit for the Thundara spell. There we go. Good experience in gold, and we get an antidote. Really? That's it? Wow, what a ripoff, man. Well, I didn't say all the treasure we were going to get in these rooms was going to be good, but a lot of it is. Alright, there's the last one. Another fixed encounter, I believe. With some more Pisco demons. Yeah, these guys were a bitch in the original NES version. That's all I gotta say. They hit extremely hard. But yeah, the only time I was ever able to beat these fuckers in the original version of the game was to use Lightning 2 or Thundara on them. It's called Lightning 2 in the original English translation, of course. I don't think they started using auras with spells or agas until Final Fantasy VIII, actually. I think even in Final Fantasy VII they were still using Bolt 2 and Bolt 3, and wow, a good amount of gold. Alright. So yeah, that's all the treasure we can get here in the Marsh Cave. So I'm going to go ahead now and meet you at the Western Keep. So I'll meet you there. Alright, off screen walking here to the Western Keep. And we're going to go ahead and get that treasure that we couldn't get before in here. Love how it's like a darker, more mysterious version of the castle theme. In the original version of the game, this music right here was actually the same as the music in Cornelia and, well, any other castle area, except it was still the lighter tone, which was confusing. Now it gives kind of more of a mysterious air. And yes, we have a fixed encounter, and we're going to be fighting some wraiths. These are new enemies. These guys are undead, I believe. Maybe I should have come here with some undead magic or something, but eh. I suppose I could try using Dia on them. I don't know. I'm gonna try and use Fear on them. Hopefully it'll do a good job. Wow, they can paralyze you. Wow, they're already dead. That was easy. Yay! Yay for gaining levels. And in this chest we get a falchion, which I think is going to be worthless. Yes, it is. A sword that widens towards its... Yeah, it's fucking garbage. I'm guessing your thief class could probably use it, maybe. But yeah, I don't really like the thief as it is. And we have new enemies here, mummies. Yeah, I'll try Dia on them again. I never got a chance to use Dia on the other ones before. The last enemies we fought, but that's alright. Ooh, my monk is sleeping. Yeah, as long as Vivi gets his Furious spell off, we should be good to go. Hell yeah. And in this chest we get a power staff. Alright, let's check out that. Let's see what it does. A staff with good attack power. I wonder if you use the... wonder what happens when you use that as an item in battle. I guess we'll have to find out. And we get steel gloves, which I believe the warrior can equip. Yeah, slightly better defense. That's what he needs. He needs defense. He is essentially our tank because he's in the top spot. So yeah, actually where you put your characters in this game, like the order you put them in, actually matters, unlike most of the later games. So there you go. Power staff. God, you know, I want to find out what that does, but I guess I'll just tell you. Because, yeah, we're going to be going to a new location. It's going to be from Elfheim, basically. We're going to be sailing around. So, yeah, I'll meet you at Elfheim. Alright, off-screen, walking back to Elfheim. I did purchase some crap, so I might as well go over it now. I did purchase the Diara spell for my White Mage, for Rosa, so she could deal better damage to undead foes. The Poisonous spell, which cures poison. Null Frost, which reduces ice damage by half. And the Vox spell, which cures silence. So all of those should be pretty decently useful, I suppose. I don't really know how much those status ailments are inflicted, but whatever. And then I bought the Folkara spell, which lowers evasion of all foes. The Haste spell, which doubles one ally's number of attacks. That's probably actually going to be more useful than Temper. Simply because it will, more attacks will probably be more effective at dealing, well, at making the physical attacker deal more damage. So yeah, if it doubles the number of attacks, then they're probably going to do a lot more damage. So this should be a very, very useful spell. Then of course you got the Blizzara spell and the Confuse spell, and it came down to Confuse or Sleepra, and I figured as long as I have the Sleep spell against like maybe, you know, a group of enemies, that might be better than, you know, having a Sleepra spell, because the Sleepra spell only worked against one enemy. So if I figured I'd get the Confuse spell to, you know, change it up a little bit, I suppose. I don't know which is more useful, but there you go. I just rested at the inn and stuff, and now we're gonna screw up and enter the town now. Actually, we're gonna go up here and sail our ship again. Oh, by the way, that power staff that my black mage has, I might as well just show this battle because that was bullshit. You can't use it as an item in battle. It doesn't do anything, and it doesn't look like it raises any particular stats other than attack power. So, in case you're wondering what it doesn't really do anything. Unfortunately, it doesn't have any special powers or anything like that. So, let's see here. Where am I? Gotta check my map. Yeah, okay, we want to actually port to our north and west a little bit, I believe. Yeah, right here. Alright, so we're gonna head south and west, mainly south though. So that is our next destination, and I'll just show this battle. Maybe try out some spells like this spell to see what it looks like at least. See if it even works. Yeah, it's supposed to lower their evasion so they're easier to hit, I guess. I don't know how effective that's supposed to be, or even how good it works, but whatever. Alright. So we want to head over here to a brand new area. We could have came here before, but I decided not to because it's not really relevant to the story. Lolly-ho! Yes, in reference to Final Fantasy IV. Have ye blathered with their smith? In the smithy he is. These dwarves have Irish or Scottish accents. With a crystal eye, in the blind can see. I hear that the dark elf Astos pilked the one belonging to Matoya. Well, that's true, but we've already recovered it for her, so we're good to go. The earth has started to rot. It began in the west, and now the decay spreads. Who's this guy? If only I could have some of the old legendary metal adamantite, I'd be able to make such a magical sword. Okay, so yeah, definitely remember that for later. If we find adamantite, we can bring it back to that guy and he will make us a very nice weapon. With a crystal eye in the blind could see. Yeah, okay. Thank you. I already knew that. Get out of my way. And we get 575 gil. I don't know if this is a locked door or not. But I do believe one of the rooms in this cave is locked by the Mystic Key. Yeah, okay, I already know that. I'm looking for some Levistone. It's supposed to be an amazing material that actually floats in the air. Interesting. Okay, so if you find any Levistone, we should bring it back to that guy. Lolly-ho! Gotta love that reference. Even though this game came out before Final Fantasy IV, it's referencing Final Fantasy IV and the fact that this game is actually a remake, which I think is pretty cool. When it comes to the defense, a god armor can be every bit as stout as a body armor. You should try one out sometime. Man, these accents are just horrible. Good grief, man. Alright, well, these dwarves sound like they're pretty busy mining right now. Yeah, I already talked to you. Couldn't remember if I did or not, but yeah, let's go down this way. And yeah, okay, I think there's a room down here that actually was locked, or will be locked by the Mystic Key, but we won't know that because we already have the Mystic Key. Hello. Nitro powder! The explosive force in this powder will have my canal open in no time flat. Oh, you kids. Okay, so this guy's gonna make use of that nitro powder we found in Cornelia. There we go! Now we can bloiter this rock to the smithereens. Bloiter? What the hell? What are you standing around for? That powder's set to blah. Unless you plan on going with it, you better get out while you can. Oh crap. Yeah, we probably should. Yeah, I hate... I'm just reading that stuff because it probably sounds hilarious to some of you. But to be quite honest, yeah, my Scottish or Irish accents are just horrible. So, if you're Irish or Scottish and you're cringing listening to me read that stuff, I apologize. And, yeah, this guy open up a canal for us to sail our ship through, so yeah, that'll be very useful. We'll pretty much be able to explore the rest of the world now for the most part, because yeah, we were actually confined to the middle lake or the middle ocean that was in the middle surrounding the main southern continent. I cannot wait to see what lies out there around the canal. Right. Okay, dude. See you later. Anyways, let's go in here, and we can get a bunch of chests. And we can get a great helm. Alright. And a tent. And a worm killer. Alright. New weapon. An ether. And a potion. Mithril mail. Wow, some really good stuff. And some more gil and a cottage. Alright. So let's check out some of this equipment. Alright, a worm killer. Yeah, okay. Sword effective against dragons. And it's slightly better attack power than a werebuster. Okay. That's cool. And let's see, yeah, Great Helm is better defense. Mithril Mail is not better defense, but it raises evasion. Interesting. Wonder if the Thief Job class would be able to equip this. But you know what? Actually, I think I'm going to go with this because that is much better evasion. Even though the defense does take a hit, might be able to avoid some enemy attacks with that. So, yeah. Wait a minute. I suppose if I wanted my evasion even higher, I could equip a lighter piece of equipment here. But nah, I'm not going to bother. So I believe that is all the Mystic Key treasure that we can get for right now, unless I'm forgetting something. I don't think I'm forgetting anything though. I do believe that's all of it. But yeah, now we have a canal that's opened up that we can sail our ship through. So I'm probably just going to end the episode right here. That is all for this episode of Let's Play Final Fantasy, and in the next episode we're going to explore well, the rest of the world. I mean, we can basically go a lot of places now. Wait a minute. That was the zoomed in version. I don't want the zoomed in version. No, I keep hitting the wrong button. There we go. Yeah, now that we built that canal, we can actually explore a lot more areas. So there you go. This is Veto121. I'd like to thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.